Welcome to Tarragona in Spain. So we're about an hour outside of Barcelona, and you can see there's a big elephant in the room here, or a big Darth Vader helmet. And this is MegaYacht Crescent. Yeah, that MegaYacht Crescent. So this boat is one of the two boats that have been tied to Vladimir Putin. This was known as Project Thunder when it was built by Larsen, of course. It's 135 meters in length, 444 feet. It is 9,000 gross tons. It is huge. And when you compare it to the other vessels that are here, there are some other considerably large vessels here, but I'll show you a side-on profile. You can see how much further out it sticks. Quattrole, about 90 meters, which is the white boat in front here, and then you've got Crescent sticking out the back, in the background there. Quite incredible, very unusual colour scheme as well. This boat has been here since the 21st of November 2021 according to AIS. So the AIS was switched off as the vessel was coming into this marina, and that's how I know what date, because that's still registered on the AIS. And the vessel tried to leave here on the 4th of March and was denied leaving because they were unable to confirm who the owner was. So the vessel's been stuck here ever since. So it's been arrested whilst the authorities look at paperwork to find out who the owner is. That was on the 16th of March it was arrested, and I've been unable to find any news to suggest that the vessel has been allowed, has been told it's free to go. I suspect it's going to be here for quite a while. As we're walking along the marina here, you can see the boats behind me here. You've got Quattrole here, you've got Illusion Plus here, and you can see that there's a barrier here to stop the peasants like me from going too close to the boats, right? It gives the crew, it's a working area, because it can be potentially dangerous with the lines. If a line breaks off and there's a load of people standing there and something happens. So there's a working area, but you can see the guys working on the boats, and that is normal. That's a normal marina, that normal operating procedure in a marina, right? Not all marinas have this barrier. Monaco, for instance, is a good example of one that doesn't have it. You can go right up as close as you want, but like I said, you can see what's going on the boats because there's not, they've got nothing to hide. And then you get to Crescent over here, and you can walk up to a point, but then there's this barrier here, and the barrier is blocking, so you can't stand behind the vessel like you can with Illusion Plus or Quattrole, for example. You can't stand behind it and just watch what they're doing or just be nosy. You can't do it. They've put up this barrier, and I've never seen that before on any boat in any marina. Obviously I've not been to every marina, but I've never heard of any situation where the people are so paranoid about people watching that they want to put up a barrier to block you from being able to see what's going on. I mean, that goes towards the secrecy that we've been talking about with these vessels. So while I was filming earlier, there was a crew member from this vessel waiting by the gate. There's like a gate system in place, so you can't get too close. You can see where I'm standing now, this barrier here. Every now and then there's a gate where people can access, where they've got access codes they can get through, and the girl was waiting by the gate for delivery, and there was a couple, and she went up to the girl and asked her, do you work on this boat, and do you like working on the boat? And the girl said, I'm sorry, I can't talk about it. So I can imagine the amount of briefings that the crew have had now about not speaking to anybody about the vessel. So if you look here, the nameplate of the yacht, it should be here. I mean, it's underneath, it's covered probably by a canvas cover, but if you look down the side of the vessel, most vessels will have the name on the side of the vessel somewhere along there. There's nothing on this boat. I mean, it's painted in what looks like black and a grey colour, and there's no signs on it at all of registry or name of the vessel, nothing at all. Like I said, it is a requirement to have a nameplate, and it does have one, but it's covered permanently by the looks of it. And like I said, this barrier is here blocking you, not from this angle though. How bizarre. So even down to, so the capstan here has got their lines on it to Crescent, and they've got this barrier around it, goes right up to the edge. So even people who are allowed in here, who can't come down from another boat and walk in here, so they've got their little barrier up there. It's quite peculiar. The capstan's inside that barrier, so it's being blocked from anyone from accessing it, which is very unusual. And it also gives you an idea how long they've been here as well, the fact that they've put things up like this, because it's not something that you would normally do. But it is quite peculiar, really. They've built this little prison around their vessel. The secrecy between this and the other boat, Project Lightning, is well documented now. As I mentioned in a previous video, a guy got in touch with me who'd been interviewed for a job on Shahrazad, which is Project Lightning. This is Project Thunder, and the captain of the vessel was all about secrecy. He liked the fact that the guy didn't mention his previous yachts by name when he was interviewed, which is kind of normal. When you go for an interview, they'll ask you where you worked before, and you'll tell them which yacht you worked on and what you did. And the idea that they were happy that he didn't mention the names of the boats he worked on, just the sizes of the boats, because of the level of secrecy that they've got around this vessel. So yeah, there's only one reason really for being so secretive, isn't it? And that's because you don't want the people to know who the owner is. So that is quite curious in itself. And the fact that I just can't get over the colour scheme of this vessel, and the fact that every time I look at it, I think of Darth Vader's helmet. It's definitely a Star Wars helmet inspired the designer of this vessel. Up on the high deck there, behind these big antenna domes, there is a helicopter landing pad and a helicopter hangar, as you can see in this footage that I shot earlier. So there is space on here for at least one helicopter. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit like the previous video we did in Gibraltar, coming to visit an actual boat that we've been talking about on the channel over the last couple of months. As soon as I get some updates on this vessel, I will pass them on to you. If you work on this vessel, or if you worked on this vessel, or if you know someone, or if you've got information about this vessel, please get in touch through the normal ways, through the About page of my YouTube channel, or through Facebook Messenger. Well, thanks very much for watching. Be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe, and to like the video, and to click on the little bell down here so you don't miss any future videos. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye.